How we doing, guys? Moose here, Season 2, Episode 13 of our West Ham Crewmates. We are breaking into the January transfer window. It's now open, and what we're going to do in this episode here is just have a little look at our West Ham squad, as well as the what we need, what we are strong at, what we're weak at in terms of how we play currently, our current formation, as well as, we're going to get into players that we're going to be looking at for the transfer window. We don't have a lot of funds to work with. We'll detail that quickly as well in this video. But, we'll see if we can get anything out of the board, as well as use what we have to make some moves on players. We only have one scout right now, so my idea is to kind of build the team from inside or from the outside at this point. And Season 3, when we get our new transfer budget, the first thing we're going to do is buy a top quality scout to get our youth academy going, just to account for when some of our players age, and we're going to need to bring in some nice young talent. But let's get it going here. As we're going to get into really the top half of our formation, our strikers, as well as our wide midfielders and our cam, because we play the 4-1-2-1-2, the diamond formation. So we have two strikers, a cam, a CDM, left and right mid, and four backs, two center backs and two full backs. So we're going to get into it here. Looking at our strikers to start off, we have Lacazette was our big $13 million buy in the off-season, in the summer transfer window, and he's certainly paid some fantastic dividends. He's 80 overall already, just an unbelievable player, and he's certainly going to keep growing at this rate, the rate that he's playing. So fantastic to have him. We also have a youngster, Yassine Benzia, that we brought in, 71 overall already at just age 19. He's fantastic. He's going to grow into a great player. We have Maiga, who's a 78 overall. He's 25, so he's certainly got some room to stay at these peak years, continue his strong form, and he's done well for us in the last few games. He's been an up and down player through Season 1, Season 2, but certainly can't doubt his contributions to life. And someone that's actually very good, our fourth striker, Ricardo Vaste, 27 years old, so he's getting on a little bit in terms of FIFA. Once they get to age 30, they start to decline, but 76 overall. And he plays fantastically. He always seems to find a way onto the ball. He struggled, obviously, in our last episode with scoring goals. Newcastle denied him a number of times. But Vast, as well as QPR, but Vaste has been a fantastic player, and we certainly like where we're at with our strike force. We also have two young players. Del Grosso at 17. He's 66 overall. He already scored a goal for us in a Europa League fixture. So I think we like the way our strikers look right now. We have good, solid depth there. Moving to Cam, we have the youngster Gimbert, came from our youth squad, 17 years old. He's 71 overall already. He's a fantastic player. He's a little small, a little weaker on the ball, but he's going to develop into a great passer. Really, I can tell. It's interesting how when he's in there compared to Noble, how you can tell Gimbert is just more of a finesse player and really gets the offense going. Everything kind of runs through him. He's fantastic. Noble, we'll say, is the cam backup. He's 76 overall, so he's technically a better player than Gimbert, but he's 26 years old. And he's more of just a workhorse, just defends offensively. He's a fantastic player. But, he's also a team leader. He's our captain when he's in there. When he's not, we use Tompkins. But Noble's the team leader. As you can see, we have some youngsters behind Leggett, 21 years, 67. So he's probably not going to break into our top line, but he's nice for some depth. And Trotman, who's 63, age 16, that is hanging around in the squad. Maybe going to get a loan deal. So we're pretty strong at Cam as well. In terms of left mid, we have Jarvis, 79 overall. He's fantastic. He's been in a great form of late. 27 though, so he's getting on a little bit. And then he's followed by Ravel Morrison, who's actually out on loan at Birmingham City. So he's not actually in the side, but figured we include him here because he's a fantastic player. He's definitely going to get in the side when he comes back from his loan deal next season. 73 overall, only 20 years old, going to develop. He's a fantastic player. Can't wait to have him back. Right mid, we're pretty thin here. Collison, 78 overall. Age 25, he's fantastic for us. Scored some great goals, but his backup's Ali, 68 years old, 68 overall, 25 years old. He's not really going anywhere, and we kind of just signed him for a little bit of depth, but there's not much to do there. So that's an area we're looking to improve in terms of the squad. Now we're going to move on to defensively. As you see, the mids we already covered, but CDM Sissoko is a gem. He really has just been a boss in our team of late. Just fantastic. 81 overall, only 24. He's going to be in there for years to come, I think. A fantastic player who I just really enjoy playing with. He's backed up by Diami. He's a 75 overall. He's 26 years old. He's a Mark Noble type. They're just fantastic players. Really grind it out, but can make some touches. Diami scored some great goals for us, and he showed good finishing. On to the backs. We have Vorsa and Tompkins in the center. They're fantastic players, very strong. Vorsa's been a little underwhelming for me, I think, thus far, but he's definitely got great potential, and he's certainly sort of the strong component next to Tompkins, who I think is a little more athletic in the way I play. So they're both in there. Winston Reed, 73 overall, 25. He's just a good backup to have. Moving over to, but otherwise, I mean, we're kind of thin at center back. We have Danny Wilson, our starting left back, fullback, who's actually primarily a center back, but I like the way he plays as a left back more because he gets upfield a lot. He gets down, advances into the attack, which we wouldn't want him to do if he's a center back. But as a left back, that's fantastic, and he plays well out there on the wings, and he links up with Jarvis well. So I like leaving him out there. Just some solid depth with O'Brien as a backup. But another area we want to look at here, in addition to our mids, is right back Jallet. I love Jallet. He's fantastic, great ball skills, fantastic defensively. He's got decent pace to be able to handle himself. He's just a great overall player, a great buy from our first season. But he's 30 years old, so he's going to be decreasing soon. I think we could get through the season with him, but obviously his value is going to start going down, his overall stats. So, with Spence back there as a 70 at 23, not improving too much, we're kind of stuck there, maybe looking to improve in that area, as well as center back and right mid. Goalkeepers were obviously set with Butland. 74, actually, as a typo, but he's fantastic, and we're certainly going to be running him for in the future. So now, we're going to have to get into our shortlist. It's been a nice, hope you've enjoyed the look at our depth chart, and we're going to get a look into our shortlist now. So guys, getting into our shortlist here, you can see we really focused on the positions that are going to be key that I said we need to improve. Obviously, center back is key, as well as the midfield, especially right and left midfield, our outside midfielders, Cam and CDM, we're pretty much set at, as well as the right back position. As you see as we go through here, feel free to pause it at any time to look at the players you're interested in. Also got a couple other players I had been interested in previously, still listed on here as potential targets. But we're gonna get into it here. We're focused mainly on we got center back options here. Obviously, a few of them are a little ambitious. Phil Jones would just be a magnificent addition to the team, but obviously valued at 12 million. Manchester United only 21. They're not gonna give him up on the cheap. Some other players, Zuma, Camprisi, worth upwards of funds that we don't have at the moment. Our transfer budget is about 1.6 million. We're going to try to ask some money from the board to up that a little bit, obviously, but we're going to have to do what we can in this transfer period. Really not looking to make too big of a splash, and we're going to save ourselves for the next the summer transfer window. But if we can do something to improve the squad here in January, we're certainly going to look to do it. Now, Phil Jones really is someone I like at center back, but an option that we look at here is Emre Can, only 70 overall, but he's 3.4 million value at age 19, 70 overall. He's a great option to, he's available for loan, so we might actually bring him on loan, see how he does, as well as possibly bring him in the team. But what I like about him is he can play CDM, he can play center mid, he can play center back, he can also play left back. So he has some great versatility, good 4-star weak foot. He's got decent size that will allow him to play center back, 6 foot, so he's a great option. And moving into the team, you see we got some left back options that are available. Now getting into the midfield, where I think we need to make a big splash here. Someone to improve the depth, make a nice move here. Perisic, he's a little expensive, obviously at 11 million, age 24, but look at the stats. He is just green everywhere. His technical abilities are just magnificent. Finishing, passing, power, long shots, his volleys, his ball control and dribbling, he's spectacular. Another option, Hualet from QPR, we actually just played. 23 years old, 79, continuing to improve. Great crossing, good pace. Another fantastic option. Vincent, he's available for loan. He's not great yet, so probably not someone we're going to bring in, but he has great pace for maybe the future, maybe next year. Raheem Sterling, we could bring him in on loan potentially. He's only a 70, not really looking to fit into our whole team's future, but he has, he's 70 overall, so he could be a good depth player since we need someone to, be better than Ali, really. But this is a player that I'm really looking at here. Moritz Leitner, 75 overall, age 21, only 6.5 million cost. So now I'll really give you an idea of what I'm looking to do in this transfer window. Leitner is my main target, to be honest. He looks like he could grow into a fantastic player. Great dribbling, fantastic pace, good passing, good ball control. His finishing leaves a little something to be desired, but he's just great all around. Going to develop into a great player. Not too expensive either, so really, we're looking to offload. It's tough to say, but Noble or Diami, they're both 26 years old. They're very defensive type players. So really, I think Leitner could fit into our more of an attacking midfield type. And we'll either get rid of Noble or Diami. Noble, He's better on penalties, maybe a little bit better stamina and such wise, but Diami's a little stronger of a defender, a little better tackling wise. So it's a tough go. Let me know who you think I should get rid of the two if I'm going to go for Leitner. But he's really my top target. Also someone we might be interested in the future, and obviously looking here, right mids as well, some mids here. Redmond and Zaha are really my secondary targets if we're unable to get Leitner to leave Dortmund and sign a contract, or if we're unable to really meet their needs in terms of money and funds for the player. Nathan Redmond, Wilfried Zaha are just fantastic options I would love to bring in. They're a little bit cheaper, but obviously a little bit less in terms of overall and ability, but they're definitely someone that we might be interested in bringing in. And Adam Matthews and Raphael are really our last options to fill in for Jalé, like I said, who's 30 years old. But this might be an option for next year to bring in. But 9 million, 76 overall. And Raphael is only 8 million. He's someone we could be looking to bring in, give him a little change of scenery from Manchester United. But so that's really what we're looking at in the short list. Obviously, Leitner, let me know who you think I should bring in of this list. Emre Can, of course, some great options here. Let me know what you think we should do for the future as we build the team. I hope you've really enjoyed this, and I hope you tune in for the next episode as we get into the transfer window. So enjoy, guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.